The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 20.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, huh? But they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here revealing, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And some room to roam now. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Boy, Saquon Barkley, nothing short of electrifying with a football in his hands, and he showed off one of his biggest attributes on that one, and that is his speed. He'll buy some time right. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Barkley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. They begin with Henry. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And right side, Henry's got it. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Colts. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
I can't imagine this defense thought they'd see a play like this on third and short. If you're going to beat a defense deep, you got to catch.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. The lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for Indy. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Henry up the middle. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Up to midfield. He's at the 30. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. They'll swing this out to Tony. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Barkley. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From midfield, here's Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Ready.
Tua on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Inside handoff, Henry. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Ready, ready, ready.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Tua. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Saquon Barkley. We know how good he is in the running game, but here good yardage in the passing game as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, we see this so often. There's excellent coverage downfield. So the quarterback makes a nice decision. Just flip it out to the flat and see what the running back can do. Plenty of space to roam, and he turns it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the right side here, Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Saquon Barkley running right. Powers through it. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 6. It's Barkley on the counter. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. There's Wilson to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half. Time to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
C.J. Mosley getting to him behind the line of scrimmage there. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in by Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 59 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I think someone's going to get into QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted, like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second. And he fires one that's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, there's the option going left. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Sauce Gardner, he got downhill quickly and stuck him behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Out right to Bourne. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. throwing from the gun with Henry. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This will go to Henry out wide. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Derrick Henry with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's a give to Barkley. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Justin Tucker on the field goal. 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That is bombs away right there. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
This could be a return.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They go play action with Wilson. Thomas brings it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Check down here for Henry. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Now Wilson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put him on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tua to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Tua.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Set, ready. 6 seconds. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score 38. Cowboys 30.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
On the double.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Tua.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now Tua.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone.
One final try for Tagovailoa.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll be at home next